What's good, John? About to react to Honest Game trailer, Kingdom Hearts 3. Okay, I, okay. Most I remember is that I was trying to do back when Kingdom Hearts 3 first came out. I was trying to do a game, a gameplay through it, and it just wasn't working out when I was playing it. I got just part 3 on there because I tried part 1, it worked, and then it just got deleted. In part 2, same thing. Part 3 surprisingly worked, and I was like, and then a part of me was like, I don't really want to keep doing this. I'm gonna keep having problems, so I was just like, and on top of that, I just wanted to play the game. That's all I wanted to do. I didn't want to make it into this and that after all these problems. It was like, fuck it, whatever. And on top of that, now keep in mind the game was great. It was a great game. But was it worth waiting as long as I did for this game to come out? I waited all the way back in 2007? 2007, around there. 2006-7, around there. And now, after waiting as long as I did, it's kind of like, I'm not really... Like, this was a great game, but it wasn't worth waiting 15 years for it to start. I know we had other games, but still, I waited for this game. When they announced it, even when they announced it 2013, I waited all those years just for this to pop up. So, for this to, I don't know. Maybe I hyped it up too much when I was a kid. Well, after years went by, but it's whatever. But let's hop right into this. Let's see what they gotta say about it. And
from the developers of your favorite fantasy series that's never quite final, and the director known for his draconian fashion decisions, comes the next installment of the Disney Square hybrid that you had to wait all the way through your puberty for. Kingdom Hearts 3. Reawaken the nobody that is the Kingdom Hearts series, once hailed as one of the best action-adventure RPGs, that dwindled into obscurity over the course of decades of handheld spin-offs, to finally be redeemed in a main title 7 years later, that puts you back right where you were all that time ago. Mickey Mouse screaming in your face about the power of friendship.
It's been the whole series, yeah.
Together! Travel to the many iconic Disney worlds of the Kingdom Hearts universe.
Yeah.
As you experience the unique cognitive dissonance that only this series can provide. Of classic Disney characters having serious conversations about metaphysics with flamboyant, trenchcoat-clad anime boys with 3 X's in their name.
Yeah, true.
And watch in bemusement as the series starts to run out of good Disney properties, and has to settle for the slightly less beloved titles, each with a couple unique mechanics or encounters to keep things interesting between 30-minute cutscenes, until you solve their vaguely movie-themed problem and face your reward, getting to use the gummy ship again. Hooray! It just wouldn't be a main Kingdom Hearts title without forcing you to play a bad shooter every couple hours.
Yeah, that one didn't have a problem.
Dive into the iconic combat of Kingdom Hearts 3. That cobbles together different mechanics from previous games to spice up its PS2 era corridor levels. As you change your keyblade into different forms to unleash a bevy of particle effects and over-the-top finishers. And has you running up walls, grinding on rails, and twirling around on poles like a cheap stripper. Making the already floaty gameplay feel more disorienting than chugging NyQuil on a merry-go-round. Until you summon a literal merry-go-round.
That's true.
As you wipe out swaths of enemies with Disney theme park rides, because I guess they weren't quite breaking the fourth wall enough already. In fights where the particle effects are flying so thick and fast that the most relevant combat skill is having any idea what the fuck is
sometimes
going on.
I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, I'm 90% sure this game is just an attempt to kill epileptic people. Open your heart to the real attraction of the Kingdom Hearts series, the storyline. And see what kind of narrative cluster 18 years and 11 different canonical stories make. As Nomura tries to finally tie everything up in a nice bow. that just ends up being a noose for your brain to hang itself with. For the inferior mind, anyway, because actually it's really quite simple. Let me explain.
Please.
So, Sora, after failing the Mark of Mastery test, has to learn the power of waking that lets you put together people's hearts, and totally not a new device that they just introduced. And Mickey and Riku go out searching for the remaining other Guardians of Light, because they will have to inevitably clash with the other 13 versions of Xehanort because of his obvious fetish for numerals.
Right.
And Sora finds out that Roxas Ventus and Xion are squatting in his arm. They find Aqua in the realm of darkness and bring her back from the brink.
Pretty much the whole
Aqua, now
series.
exercised, finds a body of Ventus that is still sleeping in Castle Oblivion. They are then met by Vanitas, the evil dark clone of Ventus, as Sora, in an MLG move, learns the power of waking and returns Ventus' heart to him. With all the Guardians gathered, they go off to fight Xehanort and his other 12 cohorts because it was going to happen eventually, so they might as well get it over with. Which was also a part of Xehanort's plan to create another Keyblade with an X by having the Keyblade wielders clash with the darkness, only to have Sora and party get unceremoniously wiped out.
Yeah, I remember that.
Sora finds himself in Limbo, where he eventually escapes with the help of Charity, a stuffed animal, and Kyrie, to find the other scattered Guardians with the power of waking. Then travels back in time to defeat the darkness with all the people that played the mobile game in a moment ripped directly from Nier Automata. Then Sora and party split up and begin to defeat the Xehanorts one by one until Kyrie is kidnapped again, because that's her narrative purpose.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we watch as Xehanort basically kills her in cold
That was crazy.
blood, Sora into fighting him, and thus complete the Keyblade with an X to finally open the real Kingdom Hearts after 18 years. Sora goes after him and in usual fashion kicks his ass with the power of the heart or camaraderie or whatever, as Xehanort concedes defeat and gets picked up by his buddy Eriquez to finally go die? Which seems pretty lenient after all the shit he's pulled. I mean, hell is canonically a place, right? Then, with the geriatrics defeated, the Guardians finally close Kingdom Hearts. Sora, however, decides to use the power of waking once more to find Kyrie at the expense of his own heart, and jets off. And if you pay the $29.99, you can watch as Sora goes back in time again, traveling from heart to heart to recover pieces of Kyrie from the other Guardians, but also somehow defeating Xehanort again, to show that Kyrie wasn't completely useless after all. Only about 70%.
Damn.
Finally, all the trios from the previous games get some closure, even the ones that had no bodies to begin with. How do you ask? Well, empty clone bodies, obviously. They all frolic together in a big beach party, and Sora gets Thanos snapped out of existence, finally closing the door on a saga that probably slipped out of Nomura's control years ago. Or so you thought. Then it's revealed that this was all a ploy to sow the seeds of his next installment of Kingdom Hearts. It's just a blatant you to the people who kicked him off the FF13 versus /15 project. That kind of takes a shit on all the emotional investment that you put into these games for all those years ago. Why can't you just let them love Nomura? What? So whip out your Keyblades and post a selfie on Kingdom Hearts Instagram? As you try to enjoy a game that will slowly make you realize that maybe your investment in this series died along with your childish ability to feel joy. And you accept that maybe this franchise really was just for kids, only to ugly cry during like half the cutscenes. Because even if you have a mortgage to pay now, it turns out all that's really important to you is that Sora and Kyrie get to share the Paopu fruit in heaven or whatever. Starring Star-Crossed Loser, Liability, Dark Power Bottom. Right on that? Ha-ha! Medical Mallard Practice.
Oh my god.
Yuck. Roxelcopter. Reform Juggalo. Gone Girl. Heartworms. Face Off. Aqua Battery. X is gonna give it to ya. And No Mora. Fabula Kingdom Crystallis Reverses 3. Over 420. I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Like, is any of this gonna end or not? It's not. Tell us what you'd like to hear in my honest voice in the comments below.
Okay.
Why does nobody say that's so wizard anymore?
Okay. Yeah, the majority of that it got me a reminder too. I didn't play the DLC. I didn't really want it, to be honest with you. Yeah, I felt that exact way. It was like, wow, because I remember playing it. I was like 8 when I played 2, and I waited so long for this game to come out, and there was a lot of things about it that, you know, I was expecting more. And I remember like it's Disney, and I expect after all these years they would have like, I was talking to my brother about this because he's a big Kingdom Hearts fan too. He was saying like, hey bro, why didn't they just have like Marvel stuff and Star Wars stuff and this and that? And I was like, holy shit, that's right. Why didn't they have that? You know, it's been like Disney owned Marvel. After all these years, like Disney owned Marvel and Star Wars and stuff like that. I was like, why didn't they put that in there for any Kingdom Hearts? No one would expect it or anything. And, you know, it was nice that we got Toy Story. It was nice that we got, you know, Big Hero 6 and a little bit of Hercules' World. Shoot, I'm trying to remember everything. It was good. We got other worlds, but I'm not gonna lie. Some of them I wish I would have switched for a Marvel world or a Star Wars universe or something. Like, why didn't we just get that? But you know, I don't. And I remember when I was playing Kingdom Hearts 3. There was one thing that always annoyed me, and it was Donald. Donald didn't really heal me when I was fighting. This nigga was kind of useless. Like, he's always useless in all the other games. He's only good for healing. In this one, he was like really useless. It's like, what the fuck? What are you doing? And yeah, I remember seeing that trailer for in the game for that thing they were talking about, the Kingdom Hearts Final Fantasy thing. And I was wondering, like, wow, that looks like a really dope game, and I didn't know it was all about that until I looked on some comments talking about it. It's like, oh, I didn't know that happened. I don't know shit about any of this, but it made sense. It said exactly how I felt and everything, and no, it wasn't wrong. But anyway, y'all, please like and subscribe, turn on post notification. The original video will be in the description below, and I will see y'all later. Deuces.